What's going on, people? It's your boy Tops back again for another Tops in the Morning show. Big up everyone that's tuned in. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Sorry, if you want to become a member, obviously it's pinned at the top of the chat as well. Big up, Norman, normal guy, my bro. It's a good morning from America. Big up yourself, brother. Hope you are well, and yeah, man. Hopefully you are having a good. Well, I say evening. I say late night. I suppose over there as well, but big up yourself for being in the building. Really appreciate you in here as well, my way. Yeah, the big breaking news obviously happened last night, or well, I say last night. Yesterday was obviously Liverpool readying a record bid for Alexander Isak, man. Yeah, unbelievable still, really. I still can't believe that potentially it is looking highly likely that they're going to be getting Alexander Isak this summer, along with Ikatike Verts as well. So obviously the Daily Mail's Craig Hope has dropped a huge update on Alexander Isak and Liverpool. Goes on to say Liverpool fans have been inundated by news of potential transfer talk of Isak to Liverpool after it emerged that the Newcastle striker wants to leave the club. It said the Reds have early expressed interest in the signing the 25-year-old this summer, but Newcastle were insistent he wasn't for sale. It was reported that Arne Slot's men were willing to break the British. Well, this spelling is terrible. British transfer record for Isak, but even that didn't change Newcastle's mind about that deal. However, Liverpool now have their chance now that Isak has made it clear he wants to leave Liverpool. And according to the latest report by Craig Hope, the Reds are ready to submit a British record fee to Newcastle in an attempt to sign Isak. The 25-year-old has now informed the hierarchy of his desire to explore and move away, with Liverpool poised to make a British record offer. Liverpool are ready to make a formal approach for Isak, and once that happens, Newcastle will have a decision to make. Accept Isak's wishes and move on, banking a PSR Boston British record transfer fee. Both are not without great danger. Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. So yeah, I think potentially that they're gonna have to probably accept what he's going to be offering, man. Big up, man. Y'all hit the like button, man. Big up yourself, bro. Yeah, make sure you guys listen to Normal Guy. Smash the like button on the video. Really helps, obviously, the video algorithm, all that good stuff, man. So big up yourself for letting the people know that, man. And hopefully you are well, my friend. Big up Chris in the building as well, man. Big up yourself, bro. Hope you're good too. Hope you're well. But yeah, man, obviously Liverpool readying a bid. When that bid is going to come is going to be very interesting, because I don't know whether they're going to decide to make a bid for him while they're still negotiating the exit of your man there, what's his called, Luis Diaz, or whether they're going to actually wait until that deal is actually gone through in terms of him going to Bayern Munich, which could be within the next couple of days, man. If I'm being honest, they obviously was report that they're readying a move for Diaz as well, potentially £70 million, all in all, which I think Liverpool will probably be happy with, considering they bought him for 50. That's still a profit. So yeah, could be interesting for sure, man. Big up Chris, my bro. What you telling me, my guy? Hopefully you're well and good. So big up, mate. Hope you're well. I'm all good, my brother. Just a little bit tired, but I'm all good, my guy. Hopefully you're well as well. Big up Darren, my brother, man. What's going on, people? Hope you're well. Big up Darren says, big up Tops. Come on, man. More good morning, Darren. All the way from Jamaica. Good morning, Normal Guy as well from America. And big up Chris, says the ramifications of a move to Saudi Arabia would be even worse for the continental stage. Under UEFA rules, players sells between related parties, which Newcastle and Al Hilal did. Oh yeah, damn, that's a very good point, actually. Yeah, flipping out, didn't even think about it like that. Maybe that's probably why there was a massive kind of thing about them being linked in the first place. Because when I seen the links, I thought this is kind of like left field in terms of them being linked with. Because again, they've been linked with some young players and some players that are like on the upcoming, but I don't think they've been linked so far with a player in their prime, one of the best in the Premier League. Even when they were linked with Salah, the feeling at the time that Salah was obviously winding down. Obviously, it's proved that that wasn't the case, because he had an amazing season last season. But even when they were linked with Salah a couple of years ago, like one of the Saudi clubs, it was kind of that kind of stigma of this is kind of where the players who are reaching their 30s or whatever, they're going to end up going to. Obviously, Salah ended up staying anyway. But yeah, him being linked with Isak is kind of like, you're not really normally linked with these kind of top profile like strikers or players from the Premier League. So yeah, it is probably something in-house where potentially, because I did see a rumor that apparently sometimes Newcastle were actually thinking about selling him to Saudi and then have the Saudi team loan him back to Newcastle. So they kind of beat like the PSR kind of rules and still have him in the team for the time being. So yeah, until they get a replacement. So that could be a loophole around it for sure. Big up Hell, Normal Guy, come on, bro. Always as always. Big up Chris, says the profit would count if sold to Liverpool. Yeah, for sure. AFC always says Liverpool sign Isaac Rodrigo lock the season off, it's going to be peak for everyone, not just in the Premier and the Champions League as well. You would think so, man. If they do sign, I mean, the thing is, I always say if they sign one player, they're not going to sign another one. I've said that with Ikitike, they're not going to sign ISAK, and now they're linked with ISAK. If I now say if they sign ISAK, they're not going to sign Rodrigo, they'll probably get linked with Rodrigo again. So I'm not even going to rule that out either. But on paper, it looks amazing. It looks amazing, if I'm being honest, man. But we'll see if it can gel. Well, so Liverpool is aiming for the Galacticos level. Yeah, they are, bro. But the thing with the Galacticos, just to be a little bit more balanced, obviously, when you look at their team with Ronaldo and Raul and Zidane, they actually didn't win a Champions League, even though it was an amazing team, Figo and all that. It just didn't really kind of mesh well and gel well. So not always the best players on paper when you're kind of putting together a team always gel well. Sometimes they do. Sometimes you have fantastic players everywhere and it's just amazing. But sometimes they don't, man. Sometimes you've seen it now with Real Madrid, obviously with the Rodrigo, Mbappe, and obviously Vinicius. Everyone last season thought, yeah, they're winning the Champions League again, especially because they just won it as well. And they're winning La Liga, especially because they just won it and they won neither. So sometimes it doesn't always work out. Football's a weird kind of sport. When you think you've got something set and this is going to be the team, sometimes it just doesn't work. It's just weird. But yeah, on paper, man, it looks amazing. I'll be real. Big up, Elizabeth says Gyokeres over ISAK for me. Wow, crazy, man, crazy. Fair. I mean, for me, I still say ISAK's a better player than Gyokeres. But again, man, we'll see if they're both obviously in top teams. We'll see who's obviously outscores the other as well. So yeah. I said, you're lying to yourself, says Mix Mitchell. I'm okay. I'm a bit ill with a temperature and cough, but I'll get better. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, man. Hopefully you improve as well, my guy, man. Good to see you in the chat. Big up my brother, Gio, man. What's going on, people? Make sure you smash the like button, my bro. As obviously, I know you subscribed already. It says, morning, my bro. Where else really is ISAK going to go? Then listen, it's only really Liverpool, I can say, man. Like I said before in my previous stream, it's not like, I mean, it's you know what I find weird is obviously the timing as well, because if he done like this like at the start of June, for example, I feel like there would have been a lot more teams willing to negotiate with Newcastle to try and get him. Like someone like Arsenal would be doing it. I think Chelsea would have looked at it as well. Man United were looking for a striker before obviously they spent a load of money on Cunha and Mbuemo. So that's another kind of team that could have been putting their hand in the mix. Like I feel like you would have, even in Europe, there probably would have a few more teams eyeing up thinking, can we actually afford him? But because he's done it like end of July, nearly August, where a lot of these kind of teams, have got their like main targets through the door, their main attacking targets already. Obviously, a lot of them can't really justify trying to make an not an excuse, an adjustment to their budget to really kind of afford him. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man. I think Liverpool are the only ones really aggressive with it in terms of we're willing to put down the money right now. I feel like that's what's kind of changed his head as well, because with that approach, it's like, wow, they're actually willing to pay the money that Newcastle were demanding through the media. And I think potentially they probably set that price thinking it's going to scare a lot of teams off. But it's kind of with Liverpool, it's kind of done the opposite. It's just like, well, we'll put the money down and we really don't want the player. So yeah. But I think, there's no real way else he can go, to be honest with you, bro. I think Saudi's not an option for me because, again, you're not going to go there, especially potentially. And, again, it's kind of weird how they've set, like, the international kind of calendar because, again, not a lot of teams have qualified for the World Cup from Europe, so you kind of don't know, is Sweden even going to be in it? But you would assume with it being a World Cup year as well, he wants to be playing in a competitive league. This is why I feel like Granit Xhaka wants to come out to the Premier League instead of going to Saudi himself. Because again, Switzerland could be in the World Cup. They want to be playing in competitive leagues going into that tournament. So yeah, man, I think potentially it could be a thing where Liverpool are the guys that are willing to pay the money. They're a top team anyway, man, Premier League champions. But more importantly, they're willing to pay the money right now. Whereas a lot of other teams are they've already kind of put their budget aside to all the positions of the players, etc., etc. So yeah, man, one of those ones, man. But yeah, it's his only option, but it's a very good option as well. Big up Darren Manning said it's his only option for sure. He's been waiting for this. I think so, bro. I think he's been waiting for Liverpool to try to make their move and obviously command it. The rumors were starting to come through probably the end of last summer. Not saying that they were going to sign him, but there's a potential that could be a spot there, considering no one knew what was happening with Salah and stuff like that. And obviously Nunez was looking like he was going to get sold even last summer. But now it's looking like, well, Salah stayed and they're going to get him anyway. And they've got Nketiah, which is crazy. Yeah, crazy, man. Big up Mix Mitchell says there's more in line with that what City done to dominate rather than the Galacticos model. Very, very true, man. Because even with City, you got a few players there where by name, it's not the amazing kind of player, or even numbers-wise. But in terms of what they did for the team, look at someone like Jack Grealish, for example, during the treble winning season. So he didn't have amazing numbers where it was double figures in both. But what he contributed to that team in terms of what he was doing off the ball and stuff like that, ball carrying, whatever, really helped Haaland. And obviously, Haaland got all the goals. So I think it just depends on the structure, bro. And obviously, the dynamic between the players you've got. People always used to cuss Jordan Henderson for Liverpool. But again, he's one of the reasons why they did win the Premier League and the Champions League during that time, because he just provided a lot of balance in that midfield and obviously had a different role compared to what the other midfielders were doing, man. So I think it definitely chemistry and balance, and the big name doesn't always have to be the guy that starts, or the guy that is obviously starting doesn't always have to be a big name. So yeah, but yeah, it'd be very interesting to see how they do for sure. Big up Darren said this is going to be an epic season. Crazy attackers. Battles are about to fold. Yeah, bro. There's that. Finally, we're starting to get multiple attackers in multiple teams that you kind of rate. I was saying to, obviously, I think it was Carlos last season. There, bro. When you look at like the strikers for the top teams, like by name, obviously Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United, we ain't got a decent striker between us. We were looking at Havertz, Jackson, and Højlund. Do you know what I mean? So at least with Chelsea and obviously Arsenal, they've actually strengthened that department in the striker area. So yeah, I think having that is definitely going to hopefully improve some of the big 6 games between each other, because I felt like last season was probably the worst kind of season for those kind of big 6 games. A lot of them were just like really, really hard to watch. There wasn't kind of any kind of individual quality in the majority of them as well. So yeah, hopefully we can get back to better ways and have some quality games in those kind of games, man. Big old Chris says Newcastle better sell now as they can get free plays in Sesko, Wissa, and Douglas Luiz. Yes, I did see Douglas Luiz refusing to go to training, so that might be a key thing for him, forcing a move out. That would be a good signing as well. Nice little backup for their likes of Bruno Guimaraes, who's not gone on the tour as well, by the way. So that might be one to keep an eye on, as well as getting Wissa. And listen, Sesko is probably the best out there. And again, he's got a lot of PR behind his name, a lot of kind of unlocked potential, obviously been linked with moves to Arsenal and now Man United recently. But in terms of profile, young, someone that you can potentially mold into being the next ISAK, potentially, if he hits the ground running, I think that's probably your best bet, man. Because again, you look at all the kind of options you could get. I think Wissa on his own is not enough. People say Mateta. Does he have a ceiling, Mateta? Is he going to get any better than he's at Crystal Palace? I don't know. So yeah, I think them kind of signs are more like second tier strikers in terms of like you want them as a kind of a backup or rotation, but as your main striker, especially with what they've just done with ISAK, having a guy that's had a little bit of potential at obviously Real Sociedad, but then really fulfilled it in the Premier League going to Newcastle. I think that's probably the way to go. So yeah, I think Sesko is probably going to be the destination, man, unless Man United come in for him and offer obviously Leipzig more money. I think he probably still would pick Man United just because they're a bigger name club than Newcastle, even without the Champions League. But I could be wrong. You might want to actually play in the Champions League more than play for Man United. So we'll have to wait and see, man. But yeah, they definitely have to get a move on, man. I think they've kind of come to the idea and thought, you know what? We don't want to keep a player, ISAK, if he doesn't want to be there. Obviously, he's not turning up for pre-season. He wants to make the move. He wants to leave. Liverpool look like they're ready to engage and be serious about the kind of money they actually want to obviously pay for him. Bro, just make it a clean kind of swap. You don't really want this dragging out to the end of the transfer window. Newcastle fans are going to be worrying, thinking, are we even going to get a replacement in time, etc., etc. You're better off trying to negotiate, get a couple of new attackers to try and ease the load, ease the pain of losing ISAK and see how you go on from there. But yeah, it is going to be crazy, though, if they do, because I feel like Liverpool are very swift when they make these kind of transfers. It would be very, very crazy because obviously Liverpool have got Newcastle the second game at St. James's Park. If he's playing and scores, bro, it's gonna be dark. It's gonna be dark for these Newcastle fans, man, for sure. Big up Darren says, I hope it results in a goal feast from the teams. Yeah, me too, man. I just want a bit more entertainment. That's why I'm pretty happy. Teams like Leeds, teams like Sunderland, hopefully they're like their obviously former counterpart in terms of the old Leeds teams and Sunderland teams that used to be in the Premier League, that used to give you a good run for the money, playing at the stadium at Light, playing at obviously Ellen Road as well. I think that kind of helps the overall quality of the league. Hopefully they can make a good account for themselves as well. And also, again, some of those kind of games where before, like last season, you weren't really looking forward to seeing Southampton play, for example. I think you'd be a bit more inclined to watch Leeds versus Man United. As just an example off the top of my head, Sunderland, Newcastle obviously is a big one. So yeah, I think that's going to have a massive effect in terms of how the overall league going to actually play out and how entertaining it's going to be. Big up Christian says Liverpool started the window with a statement of Wirtz now before the season starts. Soon could be the same with ISAK. 100%, bro. Having those two kind of top signings in terms of quality wise, you know what you're going to get, especially with ISAK. He knows the Premier League straightforward, and he can play on the left and he can play up front. So yeah, the versatility is there. I did watch the highlights of Liverpool versus Stoke, man, and Wirtz does look techie. He looks all right, bro, on the half turn, jinking and jiving, got that little dribbling ability of it, bro. That could be a different dimension, a different dynamic we've actually seen with Liverpool. because you obviously the only kind of dribbler they really kind of had that was a bit similar was obviously Luis Diaz, but again, he could be a little bit erratic at times. So if you can get someone in that does that in the middle consistently, bro, they're going to be carving up teams left, right, and center for sure, man. So yeah, that's going to be very, very interesting. Big up Mix Mitchell because it was reported yesterday he actually waited until all Arteta signed Gyokeres, so Newcastle won't sell him to them. Also, that he was bothered. He was reported yesterday that ISAK waited until Arsenal signed Gyokeres, so Newcastle couldn't sell him to them. Also, that both Chelsea and Arsenal were informed 2 weeks ago, and it's only Liverpool. Yeah, I did see that as well, bro. That he only wanted Liverpool. So yeah, it's one of those ones where, again, I feel like the timing is definitely there. That's probably why he's waited now, like you said, to the fact that they've obviously committed to these kind of signings, and now it's come out and said, listen, I want to go to Liverpool. Because, again, for Isak's interest, if he really wants to just go to Liverpool, and for Liverpool's interest, not them having no competition whatsoever, it's better to see these kind of top teams like Arsenal and Chelsea get their targets in already so they can't commit to a massive, expenditure of money, and now you can go for Isak with a clear run. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new, man. Mix Mitchell says it reported yesterday. I just read that out. Big up Triggered March. Big Meeks. Come on, bro. What you telling me, my guy? I hope you're well. I hope you're good, my brother. What's going on? Hope you are well, man. Make sure you smash the like button on the video, my guy. Come on, bro. Always love when you're about. Of course. Big up Raj, man. Long time no see, man. I hope you're well, man. Congrats on the title. I don't think I've seen you since then. Obviously, commiserations about Diego Jar and obviously Andre as well. Sadly passing away. Hopefully you're okay, my brother. He says, how are you? I'm all good, my guy. All good. Obviously, just woken up. Man, early morning, tops in the morning. You know how it goes, bro. Hopefully you're well yourself, my guy. And yeah, you have to let me know what you're feeling about obviously these kind of signings, man. Because again, I've not seen you, I think, all summer. So the Vert signing, obviously you getting Ekitike, which seems like an age ago, even though that was announced this week, by the way. And now this massive link with Isak is crazy. So yeah, man, big up yourself for being in the building for sure. People are forgetting we lost Jota tragically, which obviously wasn't planned yet, of course. And Nunes is leaving as well, so we need 2 strikers all along. Yeah, that is very true. You know what it is, Mix Mitchell, bro? I think it's the fact that because you're buying them first before you sell the players, it just feels like you're just stacking on top. But again, I feel like because you're very good and your reputation is very good at selling players, I think you're very confident that you're going to get what you want from Diaz from Bayern Munich. 70 mil, I think you've done a solid. Because someone actually put a graphic, and I actually couldn't believe it. It was like a graphic of, I think it was Diaz and Trossard the last 3 years. And Trossard's actually got more GNA than Diaz overall for Arsenal compared to, obviously, Liverpool, him at Liverpool. And he's only a year older than Diaz. And look at the kind of prices the guys are going for. Diaz is going for 70 mil. We're looking to get 25 for Trossard. Do you know what I mean? And this is what I'm saying about perception and obviously you as a selling club, your reputation, stuff like that. It's hard to obviously prize players away from Liverpool in those kind of attacking areas. You normally do get some decent money when you sell. Coutinho, obviously everyone jokes about the Coutinho money, but the Coutinho is a massive example of that. You getting top dollar for a player when he's obviously willing to leave or whatever. So yeah, when you've got that reputation, man, you can sell these players even if other players have similar kind of stats to them. And then you look at that kind of player, the guy's going for like pittance, man, compared. So yeah, you got to big up Liverpool for that. But yeah, I feel like because again, you're just buying, and not sold some of the kind of players you might sell towards the end of the window. Obviously, Nunes definitely going to leave. Diaz is on his way out. Maybe even like a Harvey Elliott, you might get a cheeky 40, 50 mil for him. That kind of makes your net spend a bit more, obviously, understandable after that, after obviously all this spending. So yeah, well, yeah, big up yourself up for the comment, man. Big up ST, big up Tops in the chat. Was watching the Gunners live last night at midnight. Him, Rashid, Cole, Northside were all together. Rashid and Lee were saying how good a guy you are. Oh, big up, man. Big up for telling me, bro. Big up ST, man, for telling me, man. I have to check that out as well, my bro. Appreciate them guys as well, man. Make sure you go subscribe to them as well. I'm going to be doing a stream, hopefully, with Carl at 11 a.m. UK time on his channel, man. Gun down. So yeah, you'll have to hopefully because I know them guys were out partying and stuff. So hopefully he wakes up and is awake, man. Because yeah, he might be a bit knackered, man. So yeah, make sure you go over there and tune it in. But yeah, big up ST for telling me, man. I'll have to definitely check that out for sure, my bro. It says we have shown Newcastle levels here by stealing their number 1 target, Ekitike, and maybe you listen, bro. We could be getting Isak. That would be crazy if you get both, man. Absolutely crazy. I feel like you proper snookered Newcastle for sure. Yeah, it's because the thing is as well, because they're going bar for bar or head to head with obviously Liverpool. Them winning the Premier League, being in the Champions League again, even with Newcastle being in the Champions League, and even being Liverpool in a final as well, was just not enough to prize away someone like Nketiah in terms of if you had to pick between the two teams. And also, I don't think Newcastle were willing to pay what obviously Liverpool had paid, and they paid it pretty quick as well, man. They got to that kind of deal with Frankfurt, which could potentially have been a sticky kind of situation, very, very quick. So big up to obviously their negotiation tactics and skills, man. Because yeah, they did the mad thing for sure. Big up, I love this pure ambition. Man really wants to win trophies. Listen, bro, the scene, and this is why I've got to respect it as well. And I feel like Liverpool, maybe as a club, are kind of trying to rectify their kind of mistakes when they had Klopp, in terms of when obviously they won the league. They didn't really strike when the iron was hot. That was kind of an opportunity there to try and dominate for the next 2 or 3 years, especially when they had Mane in his prime. Firmino was there as well. Obviously Thiago, they just brought in as well. But again, I feel like they should have made a bit more kind of statement signings, man, to really improve and boosted their attack, boosted their midfield. And I think they kind of just waited for it to kind of stagnate, especially the midfield. They all got older at the same time, and they kind of all fell off. So yeah, I think they kind of learned from that and thought, you know what, we've won the league. Let's kind of strike while the iron's hot, man, and see if we can try and strengthen even more in those attacking areas so no one else can catch it. Like 10 points ahead is amazing, but imagine now what you're thinking if you're an Arsenal fan or someone else, Man City, trying to get that 10-point gap up. And now it's probably going to be even harder now because they've factually improved their team. They've got better players in those kind of attacking areas. So yeah, going to be very difficult to catch them for sure. Big up Raji says we're going to play it like 4-4-2, like Newcastle said. Listen, man, it is an option, bro. It is. I think you're going to be very versatile next season, especially with the guy likes of Mo Salah going to AFCON. I think you're going to be very, very versatile for sure. Says, yeah, unfortunately for you, you're the best. You're his best bet at the moment. For sure. It says, I think we need Newcastle need to get one of their striker targets, Sesko or Vissa, for them to let Isak go. Yeah, bro, I think it's both, because you got to think, bro, as well. They were looking at Wissa even before this kind of Isak revelation came out in terms of he wants to leave. I think Wissa was supposed to be the Callum Wilson replacement of, because obviously he's gone out on a free. Looks like he might be going to Saudi potentially. So yeah, I think they need to get both in personally, bro. I think. Because again, the ball is still in their court to an extent. He's got 3 years left on his contract. Again, if you kind of promise him, look, you will make a move, but again, it might take till the end of the window. We need to make sure we get our kind of replacements in first. Because what you don't want in terms of, again, with obviously the Newcastle morale as well, you don't want a case where you kind of sign off Isak going, then you're having problems negotiating with Leipzig. Because again, at the minute, it's looking like they might be able to put down their kind of markup for Sesko. They wanted, I think, 90 million euros from Arsenal. It's now going back to like 80 to 70 million euros now. So they've obviously put that down a tad. But that might be just to entice teams to kind of bid for him. And then during the negotiation periods, they change their mind. We've seen that with Sporting, messing around. Leipzig got very hard negotiators as well. So yeah, that could be an issue as well for these guys too. So we'll have to wait and see, man. But yeah, Sesko, Whistler as well. I think both of them need to come in before you probably even let Isak go. Because again, with Newcastle fans, especially with that Champions League draw coming up, obviously end of August, if they look at that draw and they've got PSG, they've got Real Madrid, they've got Barcelona, and then they've got no Isak now, and they're trying to negotiate a striker, it's going to be a lot of doom and gloom, and they don't win a couple of their first games. It's going to be a lot of angry Newcastle fans for sure. Man, big up Latvian Guna, my brother. What you telling me, my guy? Hopefully you are well and good. Hopefully you're good, my bro. Make sure you guys smash the like button. And yeah, make sure you guys subscribe to Latvian Guna as well. A real one. Big up Tops. Big up. Come on, bro. It says, why are we mentioning as a potential? Why are we mentioned as a potential destination for Garnacho? Oh, bro. No. That for me, the solid kind of obviously destination I've seen is actually Chelsea. I know we've been thrown in the mix because again, we're linked with kind of these players that obviously the rival rival teams don't want. So it's no surprise, brother. But yeah, even with that one, I've got to try and just dismiss it. Because again, if I try and overthink it, I'll think he's coming. And yeah, it's not good for everyone, man. But yeah, big up yourself and let me know. I said, I will take Garnacho at Arsenal. Wow, what? That's crazy, ST. What's going on? I said, good one. Yeah, Versus all right, isn't he? Bro, he's all right, bro. I can't lie. He's decent. He's decent, Chris. He's decent. Nah, he's good, man. He's good. Eddie Howe would unlock Garnacho or Flick, says Darren. Imagine if Newcastle beat Arteta's number one signing. We all know Berta got Gyokeres. LOL. Big up. Yeah, for sure. Big up Carlos with the emojis in the building. Big up ST says the reason we don't get good money is because our players are extremely high wages compared to their talent. Yeah, that's true, man. That's definitely something you've got to obviously look at Edu for as well. Obviously, he was the last sporting director we had, and he was the guy that was overseeing these kind of contracts extensions, negotiations, people like Jesus, people like Havertz on too much money. Even like Zinchenko, man, Calafiori's on like 130, bro, and he's like 22. And he's a left back. Like, why is this guy on so much money so far? And when at their previous clubs, they weren't going to be on that much money. At Bologna, he's probably going to be on, what, 30K, something like that. It's Bologna, man. So, yeah, I think we've definitely overpaid for a lot of these players. So that's something that we have to improve on, man. I am really hearing reports, I'll have to get onto it later, that potentially Gyokeres is only going to be on like 140 grand a week, which is kind of cheap. So, but we have to wait and see. Big up Mitchell says Diaz does more. Diaz does do a lot more than GA, though. I'd argue GA is his weakest quality, in fact, whereas for Trossard is his main quality. Yeah, very good point. Very good point, actually. Very good point. Yeah, you could argue that, again, probably the best positions or the best kind of teams that you had was when Diaz was up front, leaving space and gaps for Salah to score a lot of goals. Again, kind of playing that Firmino role. So there wasn't kind of there's probably no coincidence that this is probably kind of Salah's best numbers when he's kind of got that kind of Diaz kind of Firmino kind of dropping deep, creating space for him compared to when Salah was playing with Nunez, who kind of doesn't really do that. So, yeah, very good point. Very good point, man. So, again, different players for sure. And I suppose, obviously, Trossard, again, he's kind of a moments player as well. Someone that can't really be in the game all the time, but then, bang, he'll get a goal and that's it. But I feel like, again, though, if Trossard was at a better team, or sorry, not even a better team, if he was at a better selling team, like a Chelsea or somewhere like that, Liverpool, for example, I still think you'd probably get more than 25 mil for him for sure. I just think your reputation and the fact that you are notoriously good at selling players, I think sometimes teams are willing to pay the extra mile because it's from a particular team. Whereas Arsenal at the minute, man, no one wants to pay, again, one, because of the wages, but two, our reputation is just in the mud. Like, we're just terrible at selling players, man. Really, really bad. Also, Man United are definitely the worst too, for sure. Carlos says, facts. I said, explain. He means work ethic, pressing, dribbling, pulling defenders, mids out position. Trossard used to be like that at Brighton. Mine is pressing, but he's more of a batsman now. Age, yeah, no, for sure. And again, position wise, even for Arsenal, bro, when we used to play him, that first season we got him, that half season when obviously Jesus got injured, and he came in, played striker. He got our player of the month in March and April, I think, something like that. Before Jesus came back, bro, he was playing that false nine. He was literally doing what like you were saying, what Diaz obviously did for Liverpool last season, dragging the defenders out, like nice little quick movement and stuff like that, integrating into playing, creating goals, because he only actually got one goal in that kind of January to May. Well, he was one of our best players because, like you said, off the ball, he was doing things, creating goals for other people, like Martinelli, for example. So, yeah, it definitely is a two-way street when it comes to playing and obviously not only just scoring, but improving the team as a whole. Big up ST says, Carlos, apparently Leipzig wants 60 mil for Simmons. Do you know if Chelsea will pay it, or yes or no? Asking ST the question. Big up Tom. He says, I don't hate ISAK Sesko to Newcastle. Young hungry striker with Wissa as experienced backup. Bro, I feel like that's kind of the best scenario now. Obviously, I think Newcastle weren't expecting ISAK to be going this summer. So with this kind of obviously put on their lap, I think the kind of best kind of thing they can do is trying to pivot to a Sesko, again, an up-and-coming, experience, kind of semi-experienced kind of striker in playing in the Champions League anyway and the Bundesliga. Get him, and then, like you said, a Premier League proven striker in Wissa, and try and alternate between the two, especially with Champions League as well, man. So, yeah, I think it's not a bad shout, to be fair. And for the money, if it is going to be 60 mil, now they've actually lowered their kind of price demands, because the 90 million euros was crazy, in my opinion. So, yeah, maybe that could be a thing where they could get both of those deals done pretty soon. Big up Carlos says, I'm not up to date with the Chelsea news, bro. I'll check it out later. I said, fair. Yeah, I think, again, man, I'll have to try and get something up. But, yeah, I think the latest was that you were negotiating with Leipzig about getting a kind of deal over the line. Whether how much the price tag has come out, I'm not sure how much it's going to be. But yeah, apparently you are going to make an offer sooner rather than later, man. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys smash the like button on entry and subscribe to the channel as well, people. Always looking to help the channel grow as well. So I appreciate you guys being in the building for sure. But yeah, man, it's been really, really good, man. Really, really good, man. Big up everyone in the building, man. And make sure you guys smash it for your boy Tops. Big ol' RS in the building, man. Hopefully you're well, my brother. Hopefully you're good. It says we aren't going to play a 4-4-2. You get overrun in midfield. There's no 10 spot for Wirtz and Salah in midfield for right M. In what world does that make sense? Might do it on the case. Yeah, I think you'll do it. You know what? I don't think it's going to be a set thing, RS, bro. I don't think it's going to be like where we're playing 4-4-2 now. I think maybe in game, when you maybe don't have a Salah, if he's at the African Cup of Nations, or Wirtz is injured, or he needs to get rested, I think potentially there is going to be an opportunity for you to play Isak and Ekitike up top together. Maybe when you've got the ball, it's a 4-4-2, and then when you haven't got the ball, you retreat with like 3 midfield. One obviously drops back into midfield, whether it's Ekitike or Isak to press or whatever. So I think in game, in terms of formation wise, because there is going to be an opportunity where they're both side by side together in the box. I can just see it, man. There's no way it's going to be 1 in 1 out kind of thing. We've got both of them, man, especially because they both kind of link up as well. They're both pretty techie. So again, it'll be a missed opportunity if you don't see them combined in some kind of form, whether even if it's one like dropping back. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely think there's going to be a thing. Man said, dismiss it. Remember Madawaki habits. Oh, yeah. It's crazy. We got Tom. We said Craig Hope, who dropped an exclusive in Isak, wanting to leave. Writing an article saying Liverpool's bid might be really close to, wow, 150. Really? That is mad. Brother, listen, man. The fair play. They really want the player, man. They really want the player for sure. If that's the case, then yeah, it's going to be very difficult for Liverpool, Newcastle to turn that down. Because 150 mil, man, bro, you're making double the profit. You bought it for 63 mil. 100, bro, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. So yeah, I think if that happens, then yeah, it's gonna be curtains for sure. It's gonna be curtains for sure. Obviously, again, Fabrizio Romano did tweet out Chelsea not actively working on like Alexander Isak deal and no interest in proceeding despite reports. Chelsea very happy with their strikers and fully focused on Javi Simmons and Gerald Hato deals now. The club working on Isak deal was in and remains Liverpool. So yeah, Liverpool are the favourites, clear favourites for that deal as well. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens with that for sure. Big ol' ST says, so will Liverpool play Salah on the right and Ekitike on the left with Isak up top? I didn't know Ekitike plays on the left unless Isak will be the one playing on the left. I think Isak can play on the left. As well as up front. I think Ekitike is more of a striker, or someone that maybe potentially could drop a little bit deeper, like the second striker, maybe if you want to do the 2 up top. But yeah, I think, bro, there's going to be a lot of variation if I'm being honest, bro, because you got to think there's a lot of games, 8 Champions League games, all the Premier League games, you've got League Cup games, FA Cup games. There's going to be some injuries as well, like with every team. So again, I think there's going to be a lot of maneuvering and obviously experimenting. And also as well, if you can try and get Isak before the Premier League season starts, you could potentially see that for Liverpool in their pre-season. Do you know what I mean? Because again, that's probably the key time to really kind of experiment with different formations and all that kind of stuff, man. So yeah, we never know until obviously we see it on the pitch. Like even with like using Frimpong and Gyokeres, are they going to be pushed further forward than a Trent was, for example, or a Robinson was? Because obviously Robinson didn't have the legs. Trent was more of a like long range passer rather than obviously always overlapping and having that kind of pacey width to get in behind and stuff. So yeah, I think even changing that kind of dynamic of fullbacks can really kind of have a different kind of dynamic in terms of how Liverpool create attacks, open up teams, etc. So yeah, big up RSL. It says Nketiah, in my opinion, can cover the 9 and the 10. A bit on the left, but he's young and he'll get plenty of game time. But I'm definitely don't see us playing up front too. Yeah, bro. Well, we'll see, man. We'll big up yourself for being in the building, man. Big up, bro. Big up, Kurt, my brother. What you telling me, my guy? Hopefully you are well, my bro. It says, I've got a joke, Tops, to tell you, bro. Oh, what is it, my guy? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat, my bro. Big up, Rodrigo, man. Big up, brother. Come on, bro. What you telling me, man? Hopefully you're well, my guy. Make sure you smash the lights on the entry, my bro. Ekitike is a versatile player. He can play on the left as well. Okay. This is what I'm saying, man. The rotation is rotating. I'm telling you, bro. If he can play on the left, Isak can play on the left. Bro, you've got some good rotational players there that can kind of fill in those kind of gaps in the front three. So yeah, that is pretty good for sure, my guy. Big ol' RSL76. I heard they're going to bid 145. Damn, 120 up front, 25 million add-ons. That's a lot, bro. Fair play, man. I thought they'd probably bid between like 125 to 130, but 145 all in, brother. They're serious, man. And this is what I'm saying, bro. This is what I'm saying about Arsenal as well. Like, bro, no messing about. That's your first bid. That's how you know your man's serious, bro. Like, no 110, you know the price, and we're going to get close to it. Do you know what I mean? Maybe Newcastle might want a bit more up front, or they might want a bit more add-ons or more acceptable add-ons, but that kind of price range is probably going to be enough to get him through the door for sure. That's a big old ST says for Newcastle, though, they should buy first before they sell Isak, because, yeah, exactly. This is what I'm saying, man. If they say sell Isak first, all the club knows Newcastle have money and will charge. This is what I'm saying, bro. And with obviously Leipzig's history, they can be a bit kind of difficult in terms of trying to get key players out. They get maximum dollar for their players, bro. You have to pay the big bucks to kind of get them out of the door. So, yeah, man, I think for them, you want to kind of get Sesko through the line first. And, bro, I think Liverpool would be willing to wait. Obviously, it's Isak. So I think Isak would understand, listen, it's a massive transfer. We need to get our replacements in before we kind of green light anything of obviously any kind of bid or anything. So yeah, I think Newcastle got a lot of work to do. Kurt says, what's the difference between Arsenal and a book? With a question mark. I don't know, bro. He'll have to let me know. Book has a spine. Oh my days, that probably is the answer, man. Big up Dean, man. My brother, what are you telling me, my guy? Big up for me in the chat, man. Make sure you guys like what the video, subscribe as well. Master Liverpool. Obviously gassed about the Liverpool potentially getting ISAK, bro. Crazy work. Crazy. Both have no resale value. Same story, no matter how much you read it. I said, book's got a title. Oh my days, man. The thing is, all of these answers, they all suffice as well, man. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy, man. But yeah, obviously that's obviously reports about Chelsea not being actively interested in ISAK as well, man. So yeah, what do you guys think in terms of when this deal is going to get done, man? Because I feel like, again, Newcastle definitely have to make sure they get their signings through the door. Speaking of that, David Ornstein did drop this kind of news. Newcastle exploring a move for Benjamin Sesko of IB Leipzig in case ISAK leaves. The 22-year-old forward, subject of a long-standing interest. A top target should ISAK depart. Deal challenging. See, that deal challenging already from a financial perspective. So yeah, obviously they weren't willing to, or they weren't really prepared that they were going to spend this kind of money already in this window for a striker. I think they were kind of hoping that potentially they could get Ekitike maybe for a bit cheaper than the kind of 80 million euros, I think it was in the end, or something like that, that Liverpool ended up paying, man. And yeah, with Wissa, that's going to be a cheaper deal as well. So they're going to have to, it's crazy because obviously they've got the money, but again, with the PSR, how much money they bring in and stuff like that, I don't think it's correlating with how much money they can actually spend. So yeah, difficult deal it seems like it's going to be doing, like in terms of them getting it done. Fabrizio Romano kind of questions that as well, saying Newcastle are ready to present their project to Benjamin Sesko as they want to go big. Proposal to the player also being prepared as Newcastle see Sesko as the ideal striker in case Isak leaves as he wants to. So this there obviously claims that, again, this is their number one target now. This is kind of the guy they're leaning for. So you got to make sure you get this guy, because if you don't, again, you're probably looking at a Wissa maybe being upgraded to the first team striker, and then you get kind of a worse striker than Wissa, which is what you don't want to do. Because there's not a lot of striking options available ready to go now, really. He's kind of one of the only ones left. You got Ollie Watkins there. Would Aston Villa sell to our Champions League rival in terms of them competing for that kind of fifth spot? If it is that the same again this season, I don't know. Probably not. So yeah, that's definitely something you got to think about. It says, as revealed earlier, Newcastle are very keen on Sesko. So yeah, they're very, very keen on Sesko, man. So yeah, man, it's one of those ones where they've got to make sure they kind of get that over the line, man. Because I feel like when you're looking at Sesko as a player, like I said, for what they kind of want to do going forward, he could be the ideal replacement for Isak, someone they can mold and grow again. Eddie Howe's always got a good record of obviously the strikers he's got. Callum Wilson always used to bang goals at Bournemouth when he was there as well. So yeah, that could be a potential one that he can kind of mold and improve as well himself. So, but depends if Newcastle fans are happy with that, man. Obviously, losing Isak is a massive, massive blow. So I don't even know, man. I don't even know. Big got everyone in the building, man. It says we have two community. We have 2 community shields recently. We got titles. That's crazy work, you know. Woody's eating from fancy China. No, you don't. ST, they don't count. Matter the trophy is a trophy. He's trolling, bro. He has to be. He has big up ST, you know. Man, he's trolling, fam. He's trolling. Champions of Community Shield. You'll never sing that. It's not a title, bro. It's not an official trophy, man. It's not even like it's on the friendly rules. Like nothing like crosses over, apart from the goals, weirdly. But yeah, nothing actually officially crosses over in it. So yeah, Community Shield isn't a trophy, bro. That's why it's called a community. One of them we got early because we finished second, and City won obviously the Prem and the FA Cup note with the eye emoji. I said pink boots now. RS, yeah, the pink boots is crazy. I said he's trolling Kurt, bro. Don't worry about it, my guy. He's trolling. Yeah, I didn't even clock the pink boots. But yeah, bro. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see him in the Prem though, to see how he actually does, and to see if kind of the hype around him and the PR around him, obviously him being potentially a top prosper player in the coming years, is going to be coming to fruition again in the Premier League. How is his numbers going to obviously match up to his Bundesliga numbers? He got 13 last year, 14 the year before. Can he replicate that? Can he improve that? Obviously, Isak improved with every season, so there is a potential that he can do that. But it'd be very interesting to see how he gets on for sure, man. But yeah, crazy work, man. Crazy quirk. Obviously, big up everyone in the building, man. Obviously, another article here as well, talking about Newcastle exploring a move for Benjamin Sesko after Isak tells the Magpies he wants to a transfer away. Obviously, Craig Hope is the guy that broke the news as well. Just talking about Sesko being linked with Newcastle. He's previously linked with the Gunners, but obviously they've gone and got Victor Gyokeres instead. It says, yeah, Sesko joined RB Leipzig in the summer of 2023 and has scored 39 goals in 87 appearances. So, to be fair, it's not bad. It's not bad. Obviously, nearly 1 in 2. Obviously, a couple of goals off 1 in 2. So, it's not terrible, man. Especially considering he's kind of a young striker, 21, 20, or whatnot. But again, it's not kind of those elite numbers where you normally see from a player going for a massive price tag. He says the forward signed a new contract last summer, extending his deal until 2029. His extension reportedly removed the £55 million release clause in his previous deal with the Bundesliga club. I think that would have been ideal for a lot of teams, him having that release clause. Potentially, Arsenal might have even signed him if he still had that in his clause, if I'm being honest. The Slovenian forward has scored 29 goals in 79 games for Salzburg before moving to Germany in 2023. He's made 28 appearances in the Champions League to date across both clubs, with 6 goals in the competition, coming as a Leipzig player. Sesko's also got 16 goals in 41 games at international level for Slovenia. I mean, obviously not as impressive, but again, Slovenia not a top level international team. But yeah, it says obviously he said in March that a new deal was discussed for ISAK and would be discussed at the end of the season. But obviously ISAK and his camp do not want to commit, with Liverpool's interest their main priority. Obviously Eddie Howe said he doesn't want to sell the player, wants to keep him, but he might not have any choice with ISAK pushing for a move to Liverpool. It says the club would have to, any club that wants to buy ISAK would have to make a bid in the region of 150 million as well. And it looks like a move might accelerate in the coming week. So yeah, this could be a one that kind of drags out until the end of the window, man, or towards the end of August, because considering it's a lot of money, there's a lot of factors obviously to fill in. Will Newcastle get the replacement in time? Is it going to be a thing where they're going to be negotiating a lot of the time for the bid as well? So yeah, a lot of things to really kind of consider too. It says the forward, obviously on about Isak's got 62 goals from 109 games for Newcastle, man. One of the most prolific strikers in the league for sure. Obviously Newcastle have already missed out on Nketiah, who's gone to Liverpool for £79 million, which was confirmed on Wednesday. The Magpies have already signed Elanga, and I've seen a bid for Wissa rejected. So that's kind of their business that they've done so far, man. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. Come on, people. What's going on, man? What's going on? Let me get back to the comments real quick. Man, put the winking emoji, ST. Man said Champions of Dubai and Singapore. You'll never sing that. If I said yes, 6-time Champions League winner, you now. Hold that. LOL. We are first in the table, in the Sky Sports League table. Stop the count. Is it not Bournemouth? Because normally it's Bournemouth, isn't it? Because they've got the AFC or whatever. But yeah, maybe it is Arsenal. I don't know. I said stop the count, man. Probably the only time we'll be top. Maybe, man. Maybe. We'll see, man. We'll see for next season. Arsenal on the ISAK deal. We don't have the capacity. I need to get that sound, bro. We do not have the capacity. And we're not. I think Bournemouth are LOL. Yeah, Bournemouth are, bro. It's AFC Bournemouth, innit? So obviously F's before R. I said, big up Frankie, bro. Hopefully you're well, my guy. Big up yourself for being in the building. Because their official name is yeah, exactly. We are. I checked. They took the AFC off Bournemouth off the count. Okay, fair. I said okay. Villa second with the eye emoji. Did you see their left back? They might be going to Man U. Nah, I'm not, bro. I'm not actually seeing that, my guy. Obviously he says big up Drew, man. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys smash the like button on the video, subscribe to the channel as well, people. What's going on, man? Make sure you guys do that for sure. Obviously, some more news about Victor Gyokeres, man, on to Arsenal. Apparently, Arsenal close to signing 138 a week star. Official agreement imminent. On about Victor Gyokeres. So with Arsenal hoping to go one step further than runners up, Mikel Arteta managed side has now been active, a component in the summer transfer window. Set to announce the signing of Victor Gyokeres, the Swede looks to earn 138k a week net ahead of his move to N5, according to Abola. So I don't know how good the source is, but that would be criminally cheap. Sorry, considering it. I think Mikel Merino would be on more. That's crazy if that's true. No, surely not. Surely he's going to be on a bit more than that, man. But apparently that is going to be a pay increase for sure compared to what he's paying at Sporting. So yeah, interesting, man. With defending Premier League champions Liverpool adding to their already jaw-dropping side, clubs like Arsenal have attacked the transfer window with a much-needed awareness of what could be in store for the 2025-2026 season. Working with the newly appointed sporting director, Andre Berta, Arteta appears to have attempted to plug all the holes that have cost them in previous seasons, signing Gyokeres of Malaga, Noni Madueke for a much-needed depth, and obviously securing the likes of Christian Norgard, Zubomendi, Christian Mascara. Is obviously that joins the list as well. So that'll be 6 players through the door. But yeah, it goes on to say where we at, raising their floor and gaining squad depth. had been their had previously cost them. The main goal going into the summer for Arsenal was signing a striker, a role that has been played by Kai Havertz, Mikael Merino, and Gabriel Jesus, the North London side. I can't believe that's our run of strikers, by the way. Jesus, Havertz, and Merino is crazy. The North London side set their sights on Sporting Lisbon's Gyokeres as their answer to their number 9 problem. After in weeks of intense talks, Arsenal struck a deal with Sporting worth 63.5 million euros, along with the 10 million in add-ons. With the official announcement yet to have taken place, it is now seen as a formality for this deal to be completed relatively soon. I can't wait to see the back of this deal, man. Honestly, bro, I just want to get out of the way, get him through the door, and then we can just move on to other targets, hopefully. Forward who was linked with the likes of Manchester United, coming off the back of a season where he scored 39 league goals in 33 games, it could be easily assumed that the Swede would be commanding a hefty wage fee. But according to a report from Abola, a Portuguese newspaper, Arsenal's new number 9 won't be battling out with the club's top owners if he signed a contract with the Gunners. Apparently, the paper revealed that he's set to earn a net salary of 7.2 million per year, a figure that translates into 138 per week, a relatively modest wage for one of Europe's most clinical strikers, man. So yeah, that is very interesting, man. I thought potentially he'd be on way more than that. Look at the rankings as well. Look at the state of this, man. 280 for Kai Havertz, crazy. 265 for Jesus. Even Odegaard, 240, man. Declan Rice, 240. This is too high. I'm sorry. I like Rice as well. But bro, these are way too high, man. Flipping hell. 195 for obviously Bukayo Saka. He should be our top earner, bro. He's our best player. These two are our best players. These should be on the most money. Gabriel Martinelli, 180. Zinchenko, 150. Even Ben White, 150, bro. These are defenders. These are fullbacks, man. Why are we up there on so much money? Gabriel Magalhaes, he should be on more as well. I think he should sign a new deal too. He should be him, Gabriel, Saliba, and Saka should be the top 3 in my opinion, bro. And then the rest these man shouldn't even be in the top 10. Havertz and the Jesus, man. That's crazy. But yeah, this is the main issue here. This wage bill absolutely stinks for sure. Absolutely stinks, man. But yeah, big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, man. Come on, man. Big up obviously Frankie as well. Morning, big up 7RDR. Big up Shane, my brother, man. Big up Tops on the chat. Big up yourself, brother. Hopefully you are well, man. Make sure you guys like the videos and smash the like button, and make sure you go over and subscribe to Shane, doing big things on his channel, man. Proper legend, top guy. And yeah, man, big up for being in the chat, my brother. Hopefully you are well, my bro. Big up 7RDR says Tops. Did I hear that correct? He's going to be on less than... I think so, bro. I'm sure Mikael Merino is on like 140 or something. 145. That's crazy, man. Big up Shane as well. Big up Gunnar Codes. He says Ben White stealing a living. Don't even like or watch the sport. LOL. Modern times are crazy. Bro, he doesn't even like football, innit? And yeah, crazy, man. And the thing is, I'm sure his contract's going to be... I'm not sure if he signed it. No, you know what? He did sign a new contract because obviously that whole thing came out when he fell out with the English. I think it was the assistant coach or whatever, and then he signed a new deal, and then everyone did that kind of montage of saying how good of a character he was. So yeah, he has signed. That was like 2023, I think. So yeah, he has signed a new deal obviously since he's joined Arsenal. But yeah, man, some of these kind of that one's this one here, man, and this one as well. To be fair, nasty. Odegaard obviously got 240, way too high, man. Declan Rice way too high as well. Bukayo Saka, bro, you're going to be demanding 300 because these men are on more than you and you're better than all of them. Same with Saliba as well, bro. Like 190, man. And Martin Odegaard's on 240. Crazy. But yeah, it's one of those ones where we definitely have to sort this out. I can see why potentially now, like I said before, Martinelli's got 2 years left. I don't think he should be getting a new contract because, again, he's going to be wanting to this. And there's no way we shouldn't even be paying him this. So never mind this. So, yeah, bro, he's someone that you're probably going to have to move on. Maybe this season. And I feel like, again, in terms of being a selling club and being ruthless, and I think that's what Liverpool are doing with Luis Diaz. I think they're thinking he's got 2 years left. He's 28, 29. We don't really want to commit to a 5-year deal, which is what he's going to want. His last big contract. We're paying him 70K. He's going to want 200, 250. Do we really want to be paying him 250K for a player that's going to be probably winding down in terms of his ability-wise, obviously with age, and he's going to be committed to a long-term contract? Or do we get someone a bit cheaper with better quality, a bit younger? Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, with 2 years left, obviously, it's a decision you're going to make because if you're not going to sign to a new deal, you have to kind of move him on. He's got 2 years left. I think Odegaard might have 2 years left, so that's the decision there as well. Obviously, Saka and Saliba got 2 years left. So all these guys, their contracts need sorting, man. Whether you're going to sell them or keep them. Do you know what I mean? I think Zinchenko's got 2 years left. So if you want to get some money for him, some decent money for him, again, he's someone that you can't really sign to a new deal because he's going to want more money. These guys are always going to want pay rises. Of course, you're playing at a certain level, a certain kind of price tag for a certain amount of time. Naturally, in any walk of life, any job of life, you're going to want a pay rise if there's an opportunity to get one. So, yeah, man, that's definitely has to be changed up for sure, man. Big up 7RD, also Shane with the fist pump, big yourself up. Big up Shane, man, says, Kurt, come on, bro. Big up the community as well, man. Make sure you guys smash the like button on the video and subscribe to the ting, man. So, yeah, it's one of those ones where we have to see what happens. He says, leaving Portugal with an outstanding record of 97 goals in 102 games. The Swede will be hoping his time away from the English game has prepared him well for the physicality and tenacity of the Premier League. An investment that has been a long time coming for the Arsenal fans. And the North London side will be hoping this could be the forward that brings them glory. Yeah, man, again, it's one of those ones where I feel like, again, he obviously potentially has a high potential of scoring a lot of goals, but Arteta definitely has to use him properly. He has to use him and play to his strengths for sure. I don't think he can be asking him to do what Havertz does, dropping into midfield, going outside of the box, not really being involved in terms of being the final action player. He has to be in and around the box. We've seen in the preseason game against AC Milan how many crosses we were playing from the right side, a few from the left, that was just going into no one. There was just no one in there, or Havertz wasn't making the right run. He was nowhere to be seen near the ball. So we need someone that's going to be in around the box to finish off those kind of chances, innit? So remains to be seen if that's going to be him. Obviously, that's going to be the case. We'll have to wait and see what happens, obviously, in the coming season. But fingers crossed, in terms from an Arsenal perspective, it is going to be him. Because, again, if he can score a lot of goals, then, yeah, hopefully we can have a better season than we've had for the last 5. Let's be honest, man. So, yeah. But yeah, big up everyone in the building. Obviously, make sure you guys smash the like button on entry, all of that good stuff. And yeah, man, obviously there has been reports about him going for a medical today. Some people say London, some people say he's going to do it obviously in Singapore. I do not know. Ben Jacobs obviously saying Darwin Núñez remains an option for Al Hilal. Internal talks taking place over whether to approach Liverpool with the key input from Simeone Inzaghi first. Hilal will certainly sign a new striker. Liverpool valuation informed by a 70 million euro offer turned down in January. So that's kind of their starting point, man. Brother, if they can get, I mean, is he willing to go to Saudi at this stage of his career? Because again, World Cup year, are Uruguay going to be in it? I don't even know, man. Is that kind of the division he wants to go to? Maybe he doesn't care. Maybe he thinks his place is secure in the Uruguayan team, no matter where he kind of plays, kind of thing. So maybe he's like, you know what, I just want to go for the money for maybe a year or so and then come back. But yeah, if they can get anywhere near this, man, because that you're talking what with 70 million euros, that's what 62 million pounds, something like that. Bro, they paid 75 for him. So if they can get any closer to 70 million, then they would have had a solid, bro. Because I don't think he's been particularly impressive since being there. If you can get your money back, then you'll be laughing, absolutely laughing, man. Big up near side. Remember, man, big up yourself, brother. He goes, Darwin said on an interview, he wants Saudi money. Bro, does he? But the thing is that I think the guy can still go to a top European league and still be pretty decent. I think he'll do very well in a Serie A team. You know what I mean? Somewhere a bit slower, somewhere he can probably lose because he has got a bit of power in him. Obviously, it just depends on who he's up against for sure. I feel like his power and obviously he has got a bit of pace as well. In a slower league, potentially, I think he could actually score a bit more goals than he was doing in the Prem. So, yeah, a bit of a strange one, but at the same time, for Liverpool's sake, Saudi is probably the only team that's going to be willing to pay that kind of money because no team from Italy, they're not going to be paying that kind of money, man, to be honest with you. They don't really have that kind of money anyway, within their league because obviously their kind of TV rights and all that kind of stuff, income is not as big as the Premier League for sure, or obviously Saudi. So yeah, I think probably Saudi in terms of money-wise is probably the best bet for Liverpool as a club to try and get the most money incoming for the player. But yeah, I think he definitely is going to be out the door. And bro, if you told Liverpool fans you're going to replace Núñez with Isak, people will be like, where do I sign? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll drive him there myself. You know, them ones there. So yeah, absolutely crazy, man. Absolutely crazy, man. Big up everyone in the building. I said, guys, so shameless. They're excited. Chelsea spent 225 mil on Casado and Enzo. Stop pocket watching, fellas. I'll agree. Ubers for South American Chuckle Brothers. Get rid of the Chuckle Brothers kill me every single time, man. You man don't rate these guys. I think Diaz is all right, to be honest. I mean, Núñez, I'm like, yeah, I can understand the frustration, but again, I suppose Liverpool fans see Diaz a bit more. I'm sure he's a bit more inconsistent than I've seen him, but maybe I'm basing it unfairly just on last season where I thought he had a decent season, to be fair. But yeah, maybe you Liverpool fans have been a bit more frustrated with his output. Man said, get ready to see us dominate. If Darwin stays at Liverpool, he's not playing. Yeah, he's going to be the third choice at best, if I'm being honest, man. He's already third choice striker. As much as Mark Nunez, he will score loads in the slow. Yeah, I think so too as well, bro. I think in a Serie A kind of team or something like that, possibly even Bundesliga, maybe, depending on who he's playing for. I think there is a room there for him to score a few more goals and to be a bit more dominant in terms of as a striker. I think Premier League, I just think, again, with the team he's at as well, I don't know if he suits the team either. I feel like he's more of a transitional kind of player, striker. But yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. Big up near side says I'd rather see Diaz a left winger or a striker at striker. But yeah, Diaz at striker was banging, to be fair. He was banging, man. He was obviously what he was doing off the ball and stuff like that, creating space for Salah and Gakpo as well. I think as a three, the chemistry you had, you probably played your best kind of attacking football. I remember you ripping up Man United at Old Trafford, man. With Diaz, he obviously scored 2 goals. Salah scored as well. But the combination playing, obviously the interchanging as well with them 3 at Old Trafford that day, man, I feel like, again, was a massive indication that you're probably going to go on and win the league, which you did. It says Diaz is quality. I agreed on Diaz, but Diaz only turns up first half of the season every single time. Yeah, I think that's probably the main kind of criticism rather than his actual quality, just his consistency in terms of how many times does he actually perform on a regular basis throughout the entire season. So that is a very good point. But I feel the games that I've seen him play, especially up front, I thought he was a very, very good kind of performance from him. Even if he didn't score, he was always involved and doing something most of the time, man. But yeah, I think potentially if you have to obviously sell him, then you have to sell him, innit? Do you know what I mean? So, and again, if you're getting in a Nunez or you're getting potentially a Rodrigo who you've been linked with as well, I think it's a no-brainer when you think about it, man. It's an actual no-brainer. Like, why would you not do that kind of deal if there's potential you getting a much better player for potentially maybe even the same price or in terms of wages-wise, something you'd have to pay Diaz in the end anyway, because again, he wants to pay a rise in terms of contract. You might as well do that for sure. But yeah, obviously a bit of a breaking news from Fabrizio Romano says Aston Villa rejected an approach from Manchester United for Martin. Is that supposed to be Emi Martinez? He just done typo there. Or another keeper. On a loan deal, United still deciding internally with experienced goalkeeper and young goalkeeper options. Obviously, this guy here, Lamens, from the Royal remains one of the main names. So yeah, I think he meant Emi, but he spelled it that way for some reason. A loan deal is very cheeky, by the way. But Aston Villa are not going to give their best keeper on loan to you. What the hell? That is so cheeky. What is going on here? That is mad cheeky, bro. Yeah. Bro, from that cheek alone, I won't even deal with him again. I can't even lie, bro. Loan deal? Who do you think we are? Loan deal, bro. Nah. I don't think so. You either pay the money or you get to go somewhere else. That's madness. And I said, towards the end of the season, he was cooking. He was missing in the middle of, but yeah, the start. I remember the start because the Man United game was the third game, I think, and then towards the end, and up until probably got that hat trick in the Champions League against Bayer Leverkusen, there was a bit in the middle where it was Gakpo doing his thing. I remember, and obviously Salah was doing it throughout the entire season. Gakpo in that middle was cooking, man, and then towards the end, Gakpo kind of slowed down a bit. I think he got injured, and then Diaz kind of took the range, and then you kind of won the league after that, man. And he said he does more than scoring in terms of this is what I'm saying, pressing, obviously blocking channels, all that kind of stuff, drifting into midfield. Like there is a higher element of obviously what he does as well. But yeah, man. When we were laughing emoji, brother, cheeky. He's a poor man's Cabiskelia. I'd still sell him. You're on about Diaz. It's funny they can't even offload Anana, bro. Oh nah. Oh nah. Oi, Anana, you know. Brother, the fact that this guy's gonna be at the club again is absolutely comical. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what he does next season, bro. I'm hoping he gets lobbed from like the halfway line or something, bro. I need to see that in his catalogue of errors. I've seen a couple of times where he's give the ball away, he's fumbled one in the net, he's fumbled a free kick through in his own net, he's scrambled for a crop, bro. I need to see him get lobbed from long range. That's I need to tick that off. I know it happened in pre-season, but I need it to happen in the game. It's just too funny, bro. His reactions afterwards, they're just hilarious, man. Big ol' 7 on DR says I expected Gyokeres to reach 200k, but at least we're reducing the players' wages. Yeah, if it's true, for sure, which is none of my business. Mine is that they better be bringing the trophies next season or head should roll. It's really 100%, brother, 100%. Debu is Martinez's. Oh, is it street name? You know, man's going by street names now. Crazy. Crazy, man. But I said Man United must, bro. I don't know what this, like, I don't know what they're smoking over there, bro. I don't know how they thought they were gonna say yeah to that as well. By the way, like, yeah, sure, just take our best keeper on loan, so you're not even paying for him, and now we're gonna have to replace a keeper you've got on loan with another keeper we're gonna have to spend money for. Hey, what? It's not like he's got like and the thing is as well, I'm sure that's gonna be, that's probably not even gonna be like an obligation. That's gonna probably be like an option or something. Like, bro, it made no sense, man. But yeah, I reckon they'll probably get someone like him, like a younger keeper, in through the door, keep Onana as number one, and hopefully this guy provides his quality and he ends up being better than Onana throughout the season. Cheaper option as well. A new keeper that potentially could be better. So I think it kind of ticks all boxes, if I'm being honest, man. But yeah, man, crazy work, really. Crazy work. I said Konate apparently now close to, really? That'll be a very good deal, man, if you can try and get Konate over the line for sure. Because again, it's one of those ones where when you look at Konate, he's a top player, and you don't want Real Madrid to get him on a free as well, man. Because again, I feel like you losing to place Real Madrid back-to-back transfer windows would be very, very obviously hard to take for sure. Especially because again, you need money to obviously replace him as well. I know you link with Gay, but I feel like you want Gay on top of Konate because you just lost Kwanzaa. So yeah, man. But yeah, very, very good news if you can obviously sign him up to another long-term deal. You'll have him and Van Dijk then for the foreseeable, which obviously will be a good partnership for you guys. So yeah, obviously a bit more news about Chelsea. So Chelsea pushing for Xavi Simons, obviously according to reports and sources from ESPN. It says obviously Leipzig are willing to sell despite only signing Simons on a permanent basis in January. So he's only actually been there officially for what, this year for an initial fee of 50 million. I think that was euros. $55.8 million. Simons had spent the previous 18 months on loan at Leipzig from Paris Saint-Germain before transferring permanently. Sources have told ESPN Leipzig expect to make a profit on any sale on looking for an excess of 60 million. I think that's pounds, I think that is. So yeah, they're going to want some big money for him, man. Again, 22-year-old, very seasoned in terms of him playing a lot of Champions League football, European football, obviously played for PSG, played for PSV as well, and now for Leipzig. So yeah, and obviously he plays for the national team as well. So, and he's versatile. So yeah, if you want that kind of play, you have to pay probably 60 plus, if I'm being honest, especially with these kind of wingers, Alanga and Noni Madueke going for 50. Guys like this, I think, are better than those kind of guys I mentioned. They're definitely going to be a bit more money. Chelsea are yet to agree personal terms with Simons yet, who has also attracted interest from Arsenal and Spurs in the past, although it remains to be seen if either club enters the running this time. Reports in Germany suggest Bayern Munich are also tracking the situation. Simons would be Chelsea's 8th summer signing if they were to complete a deal. They are also advancing with Ajax for a 19-year-old defender, Jero Hato. So yeah, man. But yeah, man, Manchester United fans thought they could get ISAK for 15 minutes until Fabrizio killed their hopes. Yeah, they were getting a bit excited about that. I mean, Vidic was in here doing a mad thing, bro. I said, where's that bomb Vidic? I don't know, bro. He's normally in the afternoon stream, man. But yeah, I don't know, brother. I don't know where he is, man. Must have given it the big one to get his hopes down. Massive dash. He asked out his crush Gyokeres and ISAK just to get blocked twice. Bro, they're trying to get Watkins, and again, Aston Villa saying he's not for sale. So, and if they don't get Sesko, brother, it's looking dark, you know. Because if Sesko goes Newcastle, if Aston Villa end up keeping Watkins, bro, I don't know what striker they're gonna get. There's no kind of, again, the striker market. This is why I said with Arsenal, just pick a striker, because again, there's not a plethora of opportunity. Osimhen's gone to Galatasaray right now, so he's out the window too. Bro, the window's closing pretty quickly. Now Isak's going to go to Liverpool. Brother, like, there's not that many choices you can do in terms of getting a striker that's kind of well thought of in Europe, innit? Simons signing is down to Neto, can get injured. He has injury issues as well. Very, very good point. Very good point. I think he was all right in terms of, obviously, he's had worse injury problems at Wolves rather than Chelsea last year. But that is still something to obviously look out for sure. I said, United should have dealt with the enemy, Kelleher, for 12 million plus 6 add-ons. Would have really been, yeah. I mean, to be fair, I don't know if Liverpool would have sold to him, to be honest with you, but I definitely would have been inquiring hard and saying, you know what, look, this is kind of a player we can sign, cheap, Premier League proven. He's a good number 2. He's someone that is better than Onana, right? Even though he's a number 2 and Onana is number 1. You can come in straight away, and then you don't have to kind of worry about that position maybe until you're trying to get into the Champions League and and you're trying to obviously progress and try and go for the league, maybe you might need to make an improvement. But up until that point, I think he's a solid, very, very good number 2. Probably one of the best number 2s in the league for sure, if not the best. So yeah, big up M7 on DR says lob from the halfway line. David Raya, I mean, yeah, David Raya obviously got lobbed by Mateo. Obviously Ramsdale got lobbed in that Sporting Lisbon game as well. So yeah, man, it's crazy. I said we are never, ever in a million years, never, ever, especially in their position they're in. There's no way you man are gonna help them, bro. You're trying to see them down there as long as possible. I'm telling you. Big up normal guys. So Man United must be on that funny brother. I don't know why they're moving like this, man. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, man. About to give us 150 mil for Nunes, and we can talk to you, man. The boy. Oh yeah. Bro, they might be looking at Nunes, bro. They might have to, man. They need a striker on the market that's willing to obviously leave their parent club. But yeah, man, I didn't even think you'd even sell him Nunes. I don't think you'd even give them the satisfaction of even helping their situation, even a little bit. Even if you don't want Nunes, I think you'd rather just sell him to Saudi for sure. The bookie banking for sure. Bougie Bantam for sure. That's crazy. Big up RS. It says, yeah, I agree. He's a good keep for Buttons. Amazing. Nobody bigger than Brentford came in for him. Yeah, he is. Yeah, true, man. True. Especially for the price, bro. Because again, it's not like it's a massive kind of 35, 40 million pound fee for a keeper. Like, I think it was very, very affordable. I think it was like 18 million all in with add-ons and stuff. So I think for a Premier League proven keeper that can do a job in the Prem and be very assertive and not have those kind of massive wild moments where he's very inconsistent. I think he was very consistent for Liverpool when he came in, and he was in the kind of Liverpool team for a decent amount of time. It wasn't like a few games. Alisson was out for, what was it, 2-3 months, something like that. So it's a period of time where he was playing Premier League and Champions League games. And again, I can only really remember the Newcastle game where the kind of cross went over his head. I think Shaw scored in the last minute, kind of the only real major mistake. Maybe he made a few more little errors, but other than that, man, I think he was really, really solid, if I'm being honest. And you had big games. You had, I think he played at the Emirates in the 2-2 draw. You had a couple of good games or big games in that period where people were thinking maybe you wouldn't win them. But yeah, he was very solid in those games for sure. I said he played big game. Yeah, exactly, bro. He played massive games as well, man. Make sure you guys smash the like button on the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to become a member. It's pinned at the top of the chat, 99p, all that good stuff. But yeah, man, he did have a lot of good games as well in that period. Big up 7 on DR says rumors are circulating about Man United. Not if a striker comes in though. They're gonna run it back. Listen, man, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I don't know what they're gonna do in terms of what other positions or what other players they're gonna actually sign. Because again, it's looking like they're gonna have to sell players to get more players in. Garnacho's a player they need to get rid of. Luke Shaw, I think, has now come out and said that potentially he might be willing to leave, which is obviously good news for Man United fans. Because again, I think he stayed there way too long, man. I don't think he's been at the races for a minute now. But again, we've heard that kind of Luke Shaw he might be on his way out for a lot of the time, man. But it doesn't really ever come to fruition, if I'm being honest. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see with that, man. But yeah, Man United, bro, they kind of need to they kind of need to change what they're doing, man. If I'm being honest, they kind of need to change what they're doing. Obviously, let me just quickly have a look. This is the quick, obviously, news about Luke Shaw. So Luke Shaw is ready to quit Man United after 11 years and he's prepared to hear offers from one destination. Luke Shaw is ready to leave Manchester United after 11 years. The left back who was 30. Bro, the fact he's 30. I remember when Man United signed him at 18 saying, we've got a left back for 10 years. And it's actually been 10 years. And bro, everyone wants him to leave. It's crazy. It says Shaw he's still got 2 years left. Brother, due to limited opportunities, he's willing to listen to advances from Saudi Arabia, according to the Sun. That's madness, man. Obviously, Man United have got news, obviously, somewhere left back as well. I don't know how good he is, this Diego Leon. But yeah, and obviously you got Dalot and Dogu as well. So yeah, they've got a few left back options in there, man. But yeah, apparently he's willing to go. The Shaw has almost missed 5 years of his career due to injury problems. That's crazy, man. 5 out of the 11 years he's been injured. So he's only really played 6 years. That's mad. That's absolutely mad. But yeah, man. Big up everyone in the building. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe as well. But yeah, man, this is crazy. Crazy, man. Man said, I'm surprised. Oh, bro, sorry, just crashed there, man. Big up everyone in the building, man. Let me see if we can get these comments back. What's going on? I said, yeah, big up normal guy. Says, I'm surprised PSG haven't signed anybody yet. Yeah, no, well, listen, they've won the Champions League, man. So yeah, I think they're probably happy with what they've got at the minute, bro. To be honest with you, I know they were linked with a winger and they were linked with Rodrigo, but I don't know how random it is. Random thought by me. LOL. Now we'll see what they do, man. There's still time. You still got till September in it. So yeah, big RS says, why on earth do Man United not just get Mateta and be done with it? He's available. Already spoke to Liverpool. Premier has proven not that expensive. That is a very good opportunity there, Mateta, to be fair. I think, again, with Crystal Palace, is one of those ones. I've said it before, RS, bro. Like, I don't know whether they're willing to obviously negotiate with any of their players right at the minute because, again, they're trying to get back into the Europa League. But even if they are, bro, I think it is going to be a race because can you imagine them selling Eze, Gay, and Mateta in the same window, bro? Bro. That'd be very, very, very difficult to come back from for sure. We've already seen what Brentford have done, potentially selling Wissa as well as Norgard and Mbuemo and losing their manager. A lot of people are tipping them to get relegated now because, again, Keith Andrews, very inexperienced in the Premier League. He could be coming in and do a great job, but you just don't know. So, yeah, very interesting, man. But, yeah, with the Mateta one, bro, again, it's one of those ones where I feel like, again, if you're going to go in for him, you have to be certified in what you need to do. Pay the money they need straight away because there's probably going to be a bit more resistance for them letting go more players the more that actually leave. So, yeah, with the Eze one, it's a release clause. So, if someone pays that, he's leaving regardless of what they want. Well, the other two, you can negotiate for. So, yeah, there might be a bit more bullish on the other two players considering you have to obviously bid and obviously make a proper offer they're happy to accept. They're clinging on to the fact that if he stays, he's the fit. If he stays fit, he's the best left back. Yeah, man, his time's done definitely for sure, bro. It's Palace. They're a selling club. They are, bro. They are bots. Are they willing to sell all of their top stars in the one summer, bro? That's very, very crucial. That's the thing with them. I feel like, again, if it's spread over a couple of years, then possibly they would just sell them all. But I don't know, man. It's a massive hit to sell their best striker, their best player, and their best defender. Is kind of mad in one summer. But we'll see. If again, money talks. If you pay the money and they can get proper replacements in, then yeah. Obviously, just on about obviously Luke Shaw. Suffered that obviously horrific double leg break in 2015. Almost missed 10 months, and since then has had 28 injuries. A lot of injuries, man. He's on 150k a week. I thought he was on a bit more than that, to be fair. But even so, he's still lost a lot of. He's missed a lot of games for sure. He's had separate injuries to his calf, knee, muscle injuries as well. 388 appearances for Man United. But yeah, a lot of injuries, man. A lot of injuries. For me, you got to be selling him on, man. I don't know if he's going to even have a place in that kind of England squad. I don't know if he's been in one of the England squads since Tuchel took the job. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think his time at the top level may be over, if I'm being honest. But we will see for sure, man. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like up the video and subscribe to the channel, people. What is going on, man? Make sure you guys smash the like button, man. And make sure you guys are involved. Let me see if there's any kind of Arsenal news before I head off, man. Big up everyone that's obviously tuned in with me for the morning show. Always love doing these shows, man. Talking to you guys, man. Always a pleasure. Every single time, man. Always love it, man. Always love it. But yeah, man. Let me see if there's any kind of Arsenal news. Obviously, just on about William Saliba. In 2020, talking about playing for Arsenal. That was before he actually officially did play for Arsenal. According to reports, Arsenal will pay a basic sum of 58 million euros plus 8 million in bonuses. So that's even cheaper than the suspected 63.3 million euros. Obviously signed as Lehman this time in 2003. What a player. Invincible as well. On this day, 2019, remember this guy. To be fair, you know, that FA Cup run, man, we won that FA Cup. We went for this guy as well, because obviously he scored the winner against Sheffield United, our last trophy. So yeah, that's how long ago it's been. But yeah, William Saliba signed in the same, I think it was on the same day as well. Double signing, man, for a reported 27 million. Very, very cheap. And obviously he was on loan. So yeah, obviously according to Jacobs, Gyokeres is supposed to have his medical today and then fly out to Singapore with Andre Berta to join up with the squad. Obviously, when he's taking his pictures, I'm assuming they're going to take the pictures in London, unless they're going to fly to Singapore, do it there. But that will obviously prolong the whole kind of announcement thing. So yeah, maybe it's the thing where they're kind of going to do it in London. Obviously, that's the new signing, Christian Mosquera within the Arsenal kit as well, doing his thing there. Paulista, Gabriel Paulista is one of the players he spoke to about Arsenal. Obviously, they played together at Valencia. And yeah, he said he had great things. That's obviously Mosquera there with Andre Berta and Mikel Arteta. Obviously, these pictures were done before they went out on tour. That's how long the announcement was, by the way, because they went on left for the tour last Saturday, and these pictures already got released yesterday. So yeah, very, very long day, man. Very long day, man. But yeah, man. Big up. It says SH release clause. Gay 1 year left. They are in the true. Those two players, they are in a strong position. Not sure about Mateta contract, but would be amazing if 40 to 50 mil don't get him. Yeah, true. I mean, those two ones are definitely kind of situations where they're probably going to have to sell those two players. The Mateta one, there might be a bit more forceful. I'm not sure how much time he's got left on his contract either, bro. But yeah, that one he might be able to keep for sure. Big up Cooper, my brother, man. What are you telling me, my guy? Hopefully you're well. Hopefully you're good. Make sure you guys smash the like button on the video. Good to see you in the chat, my guy. Hopefully you're doing well, my brother, and good to see you in the building. But yeah, man, it's been a 6-6 stream as always, people. Make sure you guys smash the like button on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. But yeah, man, I'm gonna be heading off, man. There's no one actually online either, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, I'll just, you know, I'm gonna raid to Gun Down. Obviously, set it. I'm gonna be on Gun Down. That's Carl. Big up Carl. I've just ready to his channel, man. If you want to stick around, it's gonna start at 11 a.m. Me and Carl talking all things Arsenal, all that good stuff. I think he's live in Madrid as well, so that should be pretty fun. So yeah, make sure you go over to his channel, subscribe, and I'll see you guys over there at 11 a.m. Make sure you stay tuned. So I'm going to raid over to that channel right about now, man. But big up everyone in the building, man. It's been another fun stream, and I'll catch you, man, at 11 a.m. over on Carl's channel. Don't hate to play at the game. And until then, people, I'm out. Peace and love.